Did you know that some of Hollywood's most legendary actresses weren't just famous for their acting, but also for their unforgettable figures? This isn't just a list of measurements, it's a look into the lives, glamour, and fierce individuality behind the bust lines. From refined elegance to explosive sex appeal, these women defined an era. So who topped the list? Stay with us as we count down the most iconic and curvaceous women of old Hollywood. 20. Veronica Lake, 34 inches. Veronica Lake will forever be remembered for her peekaboo hairstyle, but her real magic was how much impact she made with so little height or size. At just 34 inches, she was petite but electrifying. Born in 1922, she lit up the screen during World War II in This Gun for Hire and The Blue Dahlia. Her on-screen chemistry with fellow short-statured star Alan Ladd was legendary. Lake's cool, noir glamour made her an icon. Off-screen, she struggled with personal issues and Hollywood's shifting tastes, but her mystique never faded. Decades later, the Queen of Noir still casts a spell, reminding us that true allure can't be measured in inches. Lana Turner, 34 inches. Lana Turner wasn't just a star, she was a sensation. Discovered at a soda fountain, she skyrocketed from a small-town girl to one of MGM's brightest stars. With a 34-inch bust and a sultry gaze, she embodied 1940s and 50s Hollywood glamour. Her roles in The Postman Always Rings Twice and Imitation of Life made her the ultimate screen seductress. But behind the glamour was drama, multiple marriages and a headline-making scandal involving the death of her lover. Still, Lana turned adversity into allure. Known as the original sweater girl, she made tight knits and curves a fashion statement. Her legacy, resilience, style, and a magnetic presence that defined an era. Number 18. Faye Dunaway, 34 inches. Faye Dunaway brought a different kind of fire to Hollywood. Elegant, icy, and smart, she commanded attention not with curves alone, but with presence. Her 34-inch bust was part of a poised, statuesque frame that exuded control and power. Breaking through in Bonnie and Clyde, she redefined the female lead, ambitious, stylish, and unforgettable. With Chinatown and Network, Dunaway proved she could carry any film with grace and grit. Behind the scenes, she was known for her intensity, but that only added to her mystique. Faye's legacy is clear: strength, sophistication, and a glamour that was never just surface deep. Ingred Bergman, 34 inches. Ingrid Bergman wasn't just beautiful, she was luminous. At 5.9, with a 34-inch bust, her elegance came not from exaggeration, but from natural grace. Born in Sweden, she brought European refinement to Hollywood and left an indelible mark. Her performances in Casablanca, Spellbound, and Anastasia showcased emotional depth wrapped in quiet strength. Though scandalized for her affair with director Roberto Rossellini, she returned to Hollywood triumphant, winning 3 Academy Awards. Bergman's allure was never forced. Whether in regal gowns or simple dresses, she captivated with sincerity and poise. Her beauty, intellect, and dignity made her a timeless icon. Number 16. Sid Caesar, 34.5 inches. Sid Caesar didn't need words to seduce an audience. Her body did the talking. A trained dancer with a 34.5-inch bust and impossibly long legs, she brought strength and sensuality to every frame. From Singing in the Rain to The Bandwagon, her graceful movements and elegant figure turned musical numbers into moments of pure magic. Her costumes accentuated her lines, never crude, always classy. Off-screen, she was grounded and gracious, with a lasting marriage and a stable life rare for Hollywood. Sid proved that dance, discipline, and dignity could create a kind of allure that outlasts trends. And Margaret exploded onto the screen with fiery red hair, a 35-inch bust, and a wild, irresistible energy. Born in Sweden and raised in the U.S., she blended European allure with American boldness. Her breakout in Bye Bye Birdie and sizzling chemistry with Elvis in Viva Las Vegas made her an instant icon. Directors loved dressing her in tight outfits that showed off her curvy figure, but she was more than eye candy. Nominated for 2 Oscars, Margaret proved she had serious talent. She could shift from sweet to seductive in seconds, becoming one of the era's most versatile and unforgettable stars. Number 14. Hedi Lamar, 35.5 inches. Known as the most beautiful woman in the world, Hedi Lamar stunned audiences with her 35.5-inch bust, exotic features, and regal poise. But behind the face was a brilliant mind. Born in Vienna, she made waves with her bold European debut before enchanting Hollywood in films like Samson and Delilah and Boomtown. Her costumes, often daring, highlighted her statuesque form. But Hedi wasn't just a screen siren. She co-invented a radio guidance system that laid the groundwork for Wi-Fi. Beauty and brains? She had both, and her legacy proves it. Rita Hworth, 36 inches. With a 36-inch bust and magnetic screen presence, Rita Hworth was the ultimate 1940s sex symbol. Born Margarita Cancino, she underwent a dramatic transformation. Red hair, new name, and undeniable allure. Her role in Gilda sealed her fate as a cinematic goddess. That glove strip scene? Still legendary. Directors loved showcasing her hourglass figure, but it was her smoldering eyes and grace that made her unforgettable. Off-screen, Rita was shy and reserved, a quiet soul behind the flame-haired vixen. Her contrast between public persona and private pain only deepened her mystique. It's number 12. Ava Gardner, 36 inches. Ava Gardner was wild beauty personified. Her 36-inch bust and untamed aura made her a dream for directors and a danger to hearts. Born in rural North Carolina, she was discovered by chance and quickly claimed the spotlight. In The Killers, Mogambo, and The Barefoot Contessa, she was raw, sensual, and impossible to ignore. Her personal life was equally intense: passionate love affairs, a marriage to Frank Sinatra, and a refusal to be tamed. Ava's curves were iconic, but it was her fearless spirit and smoky magnetism that left the deepest mark. Number 11, Elizabeth Taylor, approx. 36 inches. Elizabeth Taylor's beauty bordered on myth. With violet eyes, porcelain skin, and a 36-inch bust, she reigned over Hollywood from childhood to queenhood. National Velvet, Cleopatra, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, her roles were as grand as her presence. Costumes clung to her famous figure, yet it was her commanding gaze and fierce performances that captivated the world. Off-screen, she lived big: 8 marriages, diamonds, and bold causes. Taylor wasn't just a star, she was Hollywood's beating heart, glamorous, unbreakable, unforgettable. Mother, Marilyn Monroe, 37 inches. No one embodied the Hollywood bombshell like Marilyn Monroe. With her iconic 37-inch bust, platinum curls, and breathy voice, she became the ultimate symbol of sex appeal. From Gentlemen Prefer Blondes to Some Like It Hot, Marilyn played the innocent seductress with unmatched charm. But behind the curves was a sharp, ambitious woman, studying acting, demanding better roles, and owning her image. Her life, marked by longing and tragedy, ended far too soon. Yet Marilyn's blend of vulnerability and sensuality ensures her legend and her silhouette remain forever. Number 9, Carol Landis, 37 inches. Nicknamed the chest of Hollywood, Carol Landis dazzled with a 37-inch bust, sparkling smile, and unstoppable spirit. Starting as a chorus girl, she quickly became a wartime pinup and screen star in films like 1 Million BC. She wasn't just a beauty. She was a singer, writer, and USO tour icon. But behind her vibrant energy was a fragile soul. Struggles in love and mental health led to her tragic suicide at just 29. Carol's story is a bittersweet reminder that even the brightest lights can hide deep pain. Number 8, Kim Novak, 37 inches. Cool, mysterious, and sensual, Kim Novak defined mid-century glamour. Her 37-inch bust and icy blonde look made her Columbia Pictures answer to Marilyn, but Kim carved her own path. In Picnic, and especially Vertigo, her allure was hypnotic. Her figure-hugging gowns emphasized her curves, but it was her haunting vulnerability that lingered. Refusing Hollywood's mold, Novak eventually stepped away, choosing art and peace over fame. Yet her image, all secrets and seduction, remains timeless. Raquel Welch, 37 inches. With a 37-inch bust and a body that seemed sculpted by the gods, Raquel Welch set the 1960s on fire. Her breakout in Fantastic Voyage was huge, but it was that fur bikini in 1 Million Years BC that sealed her legend. More than a pinup, Raquel brought athleticism, intelligence, and fight to every role. She pushed past typecasting, earning acclaim in The Three Musketeers and building an empire of fitness and fashion. Welch wasn't just a body. She was power, confidence, and a new kind of beauty. Bold, unstoppable, unforgettable. 6. Claudia Cardinelli, 37 inches. Claudia Cardinelli radiated Mediterranean sensuality. Born in Tunisia to Sicilian parents, she rose to fame with a 37-inch bust and natural curves that captivated European and American screens alike. Her performances in The Leopard, Ada Haft, and Once Upon a Time in the West blended smoldering beauty with subtle strength. Often cast as the sultry enigma, she still insisted on meaningful roles, and got them. Claudia's legacy is one of grace, fire, and the quiet power of a woman who refused to be reduced to just her looks. Number 5, Sophia Loren, 38 inches. Sophia Loren's beauty was as grand as her presence. With a 38-inch bust and classic hourglass form, she defined Italian allure. But Loren was never just a bombshell. She was a force. Rising from poverty in Naples, she won an Oscar for 2 Women, proving her dramatic range. Her on-screen glamour, tight dresses, plunging necklines became legendary, yet it always served the role, never overshadowed it. Sophia once joked, "Everything you see I owe to spaghetti," but her enduring appeal comes from strength, wit, and soul. 4. Jane Russell, 38 inches. Jane Russell made headlines and censors sweat with her 38-inch bust and fearless attitude. Discovered by Howard Hughes for The Outlaw, she became a sensation before the film even premiered. She held her own opposite Marilyn Monroe in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, her comic timing as sharp as her curves were smooth. Hollywood tried to package her as pure sex, but Jane's grounded, witty persona gave her the last laugh. Faithful, funny, and ferociously herself, Jane Russell was more than a figure. She was a phenomenon. With a 38-inch bust, plunging gowns, and razor-sharp wit, Cassandra Peterson's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, redefined the sexy screen siren. Emerging in the 1980s as a horror hostess, she fused cleavage with comedy, camp, and cultural rebellion. Elvira wasn't just eye candy. She was satire, sex appeal, and self-parody in one unforgettable package. Off-screen, Peterson built a powerful brand, from merch to movies, proving sexiness could be smart and spooky. Elvira didn't just show off her bust, she owned it, laughed with it, and turned it into a pop culture empire. Number 2, Anita Ekberg, 40 inches. Anita Ekberg was the embodiment of cinematic excess. With a jaw-dropping 40-inch bust and statuesque beauty, she rose from Miss Sweden to international icon in La Dolce Vita. Her wade through Rome's Trevi Fountain remains pure legend. Directors dressed her in gowns that celebrated every curve, making her the centerpiece of every frame. But Anita had more than looks. She had wit, defiance, and a European flair that defied Hollywood norms. Even after her fame faded, Ekberg's image stayed eternal, bold, lush, and larger than life. Number 1, Jane Mansfield, 40 inches. Topping the list is Jane Mansfield, Hollywood's most outrageous blonde bombshell. With a 40-inch bust and a 21-inch waist, her measurements were mythic, but it was her ambition, brains, IQ 163, and audacity that made her unforgettable. From The Girl Can't Help It to her pink Cadillac, Jane crafted her own legend, posing for headlines, flaunting her curves, and turning every appearance into a show. She wasn't just playing the sex symbol, she was reinventing it. Tragically killed at 34, Jane left behind a legacy of laughter, scandal, and pure star power. No one did it bigger, bolder, or bustier. Yet, from ethereal elegance to unapologetic allure, these women proved that measurements alone don't make a legend, but charisma, confidence, and courage do. Their busts drew attention, but their talent held it. Bạn có muốn tôi viết phần kết kêu gọi hành động và giới thiệu video tiếp theo không?